Hey guys, it is Nick here with our Nick's Topics Walking Dead What If topic video for today. And today, we're going to go back to Season 1 of The Walking Dead and discuss an idea that could have changed at least partially the first half of The Walking Dead. Without further ado, let's get into the topic. Now, if you guys remember, Season 1, we got introduced to our first ever enemy group of the Walking Dead group, with Rick and everything else, the Lotus Gang. Even though we didn't see much of their outlook, aside from like one episode and just like a basic idea of who they were, they got a nice approach. But this topic isn't about them. No siree, we already did something about them regarding them taking Beth. This topic regards what happened after Rick and the group gave them guns and went off. Rick, T-Dog, Glenn, and Daryl all walk out afterwards to see that their van was taken. Merle. But that wasn't true. It was an unknown other party in the mix of the other different world of the Walking Dead. It was found by someone else. But who's to say that it couldn't have been Merle? Or at least, in this continuity, that it was Merle. Yes, this what if regards, what if Merle was the one to take the van? Now, many of you are like, oh, he was one-handed, Nick. That's why they didn't have him do it in the original, because he wouldn't have been able to drive it and most likely would have died from blood loss. Well, that's true. Who's to say that he couldn't have patched himself up? Or that he was more than capable of driving one-handed? That could be very possible. So that's what we're going to discuss. A few scenarios, honestly, as to how this might turn up. Scenario 1, being the most quick thought and possibly logical assumption if this were to happen. He gets the van, Rick and them find out that it's gone, but by the time Merle gets there, the zombie herd is there and he dies in the process. Meaning that by the time the group would find the prison, they would have no governor to fight, meaning that until like something would throw them out, honestly, their stay at the prison would be with the least amount of conflict possible. Or scenario 2. Merle takes the van, heads back to camp, and either hides out before the zombie herd can attack the group, or he gets there by the time the horde gets there and fights off in his own part, like no one sees him yet. Either way, he would eventually come out and take someone hostage as revenge against Rick. And Rick, Daryl, T-Dog, and Glenn would be back by then. But do we think that Daryl could have possibly ganged up with them with Merle? Or maybe at that point... See, let's analyze this a little bit more carefully. After getting a strict lecture from Rick and Shane and them about how Merle was and basically being with him his entire life, would Daryl actually team up with the group to just be on the opposite side of Merle, or would he die alongside Merle? I honestly don't think that he would gang up with the group, because he's still in that, like, by season 3, he definitely, like, got a better sense. Maybe even by the middle of season 2, but I don't think now. So let's just say, for all intents and purposes, that Daryl dies alongside Merle, and basically the group is either more endangered without Daryl, or they find a way to survive. And like I said, the governor would be less of a problem without Merle. So, that's pretty much where the story ends, folks. It's another short one, and many of you might not like whenever there's, like, short analyzation videos and topics and stuff, but that's just the best that I could scram together for this one, and I honestly think Daryl, like I said, would still die alongside Merle. I don't think he was in that mentality that he just knew what Merle was really like and stuff and like would be on the side of Rick. He was not that likable in season 1. And yeah, if Daryl basically died, they'd have one less person on their side, and likely the group might be dead in the end, but that's up for you guys to decide. I don't think I'm going to make another part on this, but it's just a thought for you people to think about. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. What do you guys think? What do you think could have happened had Merle took the van? Do you think things could have changed the way I described, or do you think something different may have came out of it? Hope you guys enjoyed, like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one.